Hello Reformers and welcome back to Gekokujo 3.1. Now when we left off we had just defeated Great Lord Mogami himself and taken him prisoner. Very, very lucrative investment right there of, you know, quite a few units because obviously we lost quite a few in the battle, but we are still here outside the castle in question, which I've now just forgotten the name of. Fantastic, right? Yeah, anyway. Point is, what we're here to do right now is to level up our units. I'm going to be giving Gonosuke some increase. This is the thing. Should I make him a vassal now? I think I'm just going to make him one of our warrior archetypes. I think that's absolutely fine for him because in general he is just really, really good. I mean, just look at his strength and agility, just really good. If he had a little bit more in charisma, then I might be more inclined to give him maybe more of a chance at being a vassal, but as it stands, he is, I think, a commoner, so he probably is not going to be very well received anyway, so if I were to decide to make him a vassal, then every other lord is going to be very, very annoyed at me, so I don't know whether I'm going to be doing that, really. Anyway, let's just improve our proficiencies here. Seems like a couple of these people are actually getting some, you know, decent levels, which is always nice, and we do have at least bows on some of our companions, at least bows. We don't obviously have the, you know, required melee weapons, which is actually kind of sad. I mean, I don't know why we're not getting melee weapons. I mean, it's just, we're fighting so many people and we're not getting melee weapons. I don't know why. Maybe we're just gonna have to bite the bullet and eventually, you know, invest in something like that, you know, invest in a one-handed weapon or a two-handed weapon or something in a marketplace, and that's obviously something I don't really want to do. Even though we do have a pretty decent amount of money right now, it's mainly just because I feel like we should be able to get something, even if it is kind of bad, from maybe a bandit party or from a vassal party or something along those lines. I feel like it is really, really quite a shame that we've been unable to acquire anything like that. Anyway, let's wait until tomorrow and get this siege underway. The Yamagata Castle is and will be ours. So let's just see if we can make that work. There we go. Okay, so everything's ready, and oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, so now this is what happens when your villages get raided and when you know, obviously don't defend them. We are now losing money every single week, which is really, you know, I mean, it's to be expected. It is to be expected. Let's just, you know, be honest about that. It is to be expected because literally, if something is going to get raided and if they're going to get besieged all the time, and obviously I don't have Kubota anymore, or do I? Do I have Kubota? No, I don't, yeah, because that was obviously taken, so that's great, isn't it? Yeah, it was taken, wasn't it? Oh, that's a real shame. Oh, well, never mind. We're going to just take Yamagata Castle, and then we're going to be able to take Kubota back relatively easily. Obviously, I'm saying relatively in a very, very loose manner here, because obviously I have no idea how many units they've placed in the garrison there, and I'm not sure I want to know right now, because otherwise it's probably going to make me a little bit daunted by the prospect of taking it back. Please do not get killed, Bruce. I would very much appreciate it if you would survive. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's see if we can just take out a couple of these. There's a nice headshot. Can you actually see something? Wow, there's just so many banner carriers, and you know, obviously my sleeve is causing a bit of an issue there. My arm, should I say? Oh, I'm being shot. Okay, can I please move? Move. Get in there. Yes. Thank you. Okay, I don't really want to get in there. I have a bad feeling about this. I have a very bad feeling about this. Okay, come on, headshot. Yep, there we go. Thank you. And oh, I was hoping for another headshot there, but he moved. Never mind. Okay, we're actually pretty safe in this small sort of alcove here, so I'm hopeful that I'll be able to just stand here, deal significant damage from afar. Ugh, I really hate that. You know when you're just about to fire and you think to yourself, oh yes, that's definitely going to be a hit, and then as soon as you release the arrow, the guy moves. Yeah. That happens a lot to me, doesn't it? That does happen a lot to me. I wonder whether it happens to any of you. If it does, then let me know. But yeah, I would assume it does, because I mean, they're just going to continue moving around and being annoying, and you know, they're obviously going to try and not get hit, because that's the intelligent thing to do, isn't it? I mean, technically the AI in Mount and Blade in general is not very intelligent. I mean, they're just following a set of rather rudimentary commands and things like that, but obviously The coding aspect and the programming aspect of it is going to escape me, because I'm not very fluent in that at all, but, you know, it's kind of cool to see that they are, you know, maybe going to think about dodging, but I think it is literally just a sort of natural movement that they make because they either want to attack something or whatever the case may be, and it's less about dodging and it's more about just kind of like moving randomly. I think that's probably what it's going to be. So it's less of a dodge and more of that, which is fine, you know, that's okay. I can expect something like that, but anyway, let's just please not get hit. Don't get hit, bro. Oh no, this is not good. Kill him, yes, and kill this one too. There we go. Yes, that's what we need. Alright, so yeah, that was really, really worrying right there. If the bullets or arrows pass through the corpses, or well, shall we say, pass through the bodies of the various units that you're using as cover, like for example that Date spearman that took a musket ball to the face, I'm pretty sure. I think he got headshot. I mean, he died very, very quickly, but I suppose, you know, guns, they kill very fast anyway. It doesn't really matter where you hit. But the point is that if that musket ball had passed through his body, it would have hit me directly, and I would have died very, very easily. So, yeah, there's I don't even know whether that even happens in Mount and Blade. I don't know whether it's that complex, the sort of hitbox, you know, sort of mechanics and things like that. I don't know whether they allow bullets and things like that to pass through. I would expect not, because I don't know, I think that might be quite devastating. Obviously, if it is an explosive weapon, like we have actually used explosive weapons in the past. We've used grenades, we've used grenade launchers, we've used, you know, all kinds of amazing explosive rounds as well. And most notably, I think I remember from Blood and Steel. I think Blood and Steel is the primary example of that, because literally everything in Blood and Steel is extremely exaggerated, is really, really fun, and, well, I personally feel like it's really, really fun, but obviously I think with the most recent update, they broke things a little bit too much, which is really sad, because the previous version of Blood and Steel was, wow, it just blows you away, but obviously there are a couple of bugs there as well, like the invasion thing not actually, you know, happening correctly. I could be incorrect about it being broken, by the way. It's just, it seemed to me like the enemies were highly capable of just restoring themselves way too fast. And if you wanted to start your own faction, it would be extremely difficult to do so, because even with campaign AI on low, the garrisons in the various castles and towns and things would replenish themselves so quickly, because the difficulty is at such a high curve that you'd be unable to take it. Basically, you'd go in there, you'd kill like 200 out of the 600 to 800 units that they have in there, and then you'd be like, okay, well, my arrows, my archers, my people are out of ammunition now. It's about time that I retreat and just rest up a little bit. And then you rest up a little bit, and then they're back to full strength. And you literally can't do anything about that. So it's really quite kind of a shame that that happened. I'm not entirely sure why, but yeah, never mind. It's not really a big deal, I suppose, but Blood and Steel is very, very good and very fun. If you don't want a, you know, historically accurate thing in any way, shape, or form, and you want something that's a little bit different, then obviously Blood and Steel, and a variety of other things, you know, Paradigm Worlds. I have videos on all of these things, by the way, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you can check out Blood and Steel on my playlists. You can check out Paradigm Worlds on my special features playlist, and, you know, all that stuff. And there's a self-plug. Oh, yeah. Self-promotion. Ding. You know, all that. Anyway, we lost 12. Yeah. Well, that's not very nice. Well, we lost 12, but that's okay, because they lost everyone. And I was really hoping to actually take them prisoner again, but it seems like we are not that lucky. And we now have another quite a few units to rescue here, which is always nice. Very much appreciate that. And, there's a, cracked Yumi. Yes. Not particularly good. Okay, I'm just going to tell everyone to, someone took the bow. Someone took the bow. That's fantastic. Okay, that's great. So, going to defer appointment of a lord right here. And there you go. Okay, so we have taken Ichinoseki and Yamagata Castle very, very quickly in succession. And of course, they were able to take Kubota from us, which is... that grinds my gears. It very much grinds my gears because Kubota is obviously a town and it is rather necessary to keep our wages at a premium. That's probably the reason why we were having such problems with our wages this week, because obviously we don't have the town any further. So let's go for another bit in intelligence for Francisco. I'm going to just pump his engineering, and we're just going to, you know, go with that, because I'm pretty sure that we're going to need it. Because I have one ninja, and having one ninja is absolutely preposterous. But once those other ninjas actually level up, you know, the Yojimbos and the hired guards and all that sort of thing, once they level up, then everything is going to go back to normal, and we'll be able to build ladders in 8 hours, which would just be fantastic. But I think this engineering is probably going to give us maybe a 20-hour build, which would be absolutely fine. I think that's okay. So, pretty happy with that. Okay, now, how are we doing? We're at 57%. Okay. How much wound treatment? He actually has 5 in wound treatment, and I mean, that's really good. I'm actually kind of surprised that it's taking so long for us to sort of rejuvenate ourselves. And I'm kind of worried about having our prisoners with us right here, because I don't really want to get defeated or anything. But Great Lord Mogami is in our prisoner's hold, so technically, he can't really do anything. And I don't know whether I'm very scared of any of the other vassals. I mean, look at that guy. He only has 38. This castle only has 127 units there. I think we'll be able to sweep the Mogami clan under the rug very, very quickly. Or at the very least, we'll be able to sweep them, wrap them in a rug, and then chuck them in the water. Yeah, that's the mafia way. Anyway, let's go and see Kubota. I think we could take Yokotei Castle very, very quickly as well. But let's just see how many they have here, because this is the most recent conquering. They have 26. Well, this is interesting, isn't it? Alright, so let's go call for a meeting with the castle. Surrender. Yes, there we go. Yes, you will not come under attack if you leave, blah, blah, blah. Alright. So, we have taken this. I'm going to defer appointment of a lord once again. And there you go. Okay, so I suppose that's good. Ah, wait a minute. I'd actually like to go in and see whether there's a slave trader. Ah, hello. Yes, there is. Fantastic. So there's another 2,000 mon for us. And there is a farmer. So, yeah, if we want to get some relation with the nearby village, then I think it might be an idea. Where is this? Oyakata-sama. Wait. Oh, no, that's me. Yes, never mind. Oh, I'm really good at this, yes. Our village is Katagami. Okay, yes. Yeah, our village is Katagami. Alright, so where is that? It's over there. It's looted. What am I supposed to do with that? It's looted. You fool. Oh, okay, apparently I can just attack. So 48 Woku pirates. This is going to be hilarious, because I have some pretty decent units, but obviously the Woku pirates, they're not to be underestimated. I'm pretty sure. They are pretty difficult, as far as I remember? No? Maybe? Yes? No? No, it seems like they're not very difficult. Okay. Yeah, maybe they are. Okay, they deal, you know, some damage. Not really anything to worry about so much. No. No, you can't shoot me, I'm sorry. Or maybe you can, but I interrupted you, I think. Never mind. There we go. Hey, is he actually trying to shoot me? You terrible person. You terrible, terrible person. Okay, well, doesn't matter so much. Come on. Can I? No. Really? Come on, Bruce. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. A little bit of accuracy here, please. Thank you very much. I'm going to get off my horse here because I don't really want to get shot. I don't really want my horse to get killed because it is the unique horse. The unique horse that we gained from one of our companions, as far as I'm aware. And, yeah, this was an absolute slaughter. So apparently the Woku pirates were not as good as I remember. But that's okay. That's fantastic. Our proficiency with two-handed weapons is going up as well. And we gain 11 renown from that. So I'm just going to gain some honor from that, considering we're, you know, obviously keeping quite a few of the lords prisoner. And we're not allowing them to sort of do what they want to do by escaping with ransoms and things like that. So obviously gaining a little bit of honor here and there is always going to be appreciated. But we now have, oh yeah, they only have 41. Let's call for a meeting with the castle commander. Ah, okay, so apparently you're never going to abandon it. Alright, so that's going to take 34 hours, that's going to take 24. Okay, so yeah. sort of misconstrued what was going on there. It seems like it's 3 hours per point in engineering, because we had 30, so it's now 24. Yeah, so if we go for another point in that, it's going to be 21 hours. That's okay, I suppose. It's not as good as the ninjas, I think. Who's that? That's a Mogami clan vassal with 139. What's he doing? He's just allowing us to take this? Well, that's kind of hilarious, isn't it? Oh well, never mind. Okay, so yeah, this is one of those things that I really don't appreciate. I actually really would very much prefer for the opponent to just be like, oh yes, you have this many units, you know, you have 150 something or other units. By all means, take our castle, but if it's above a certain threshold, then obviously we're gonna have this. We're gonna have this happen, and I don't mind doing another siege. You know, I actually really enjoy the siege mechanics in Gekokujo, as I've spoken about it at length in previous episodes. But, you know, the point is, I'd much prefer not to have to do the Yokote Castle siege again, because, I mean, it's easy, you know, there's only 42 enemies remaining, and it should be, you know, quite the walkover, and there's not really any need for me to do it, but obviously the enemy is being quite stubborn, so I suppose that is the need to do it. So let's just take out these guys. There we go, and can I shoot that guy? Oh, you scoundrel. You absolute scoundrel. They are deciding that they would like to avoid my shots. But as you can see, we've already eliminated, well, a huge amount of them, and there's going to be a couple at the gate here as well, and that will be it. And that will be it. So Yokote Castle will be taken by us once again. I'm thinking I'm probably going to be making Hyo Gonosuke the next vassal, but it really depends on how much leadership he has at the moment. I'm not entirely sure how much he has. I think he has 2 or 1. I don't know whether he has any, actually. Should really check that after this, because it would be kind of nice to have 2 vassals in this territory, because right now Lady Nagako is the only one that can kind of support us. And she, well, she can't help us to cover the entirety of the territory. We need another person. We need another person to help us out. So if we can get Hyo Gonosuke in here and helping us out, that would be fantastic. Obviously, it really depends on, you know, as I say, his leadership skill at the moment. Where is the final unit? Is it really in... Are you serious? Is it really inside here? The last one. Okay, I'm going to cut away while this, you know, inevitably opens up, and I'll see you after that. Alright, so where is this scoundrel? What? Is he? Oh, he's in there. Okay, so the reason why he's not actually doing anything is because some of our units are still outside. I'm pretty sure they're the gunners, aren't they? Yeah, remind me, never get gunners. Never get gunners, unless they are the Tsushima ones, because the Tsushima, blah 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 blah. Yeah, if I can actually speak. Tsushima, yeah, there we go. Tsushima ones, those are the ones that we want to have in our garrisons and things like that, because obviously they're going to take a long time to shoot, but when they do shoot, they're probably going to do a lot of damage. So if we have an entire garrison full of those things, they're just going to absolutely destroy anything in the area, so it's going to be really, really good. But they're obviously going to take a long time to shoot anything, so maybe it's going to be a little bit worse than I think. Perhaps. Perhaps. Who knows? Anyway, let's defer appointment of a lord here. Not going to take any of the money, because plundering it is not particularly a good idea. And who's... Wait, Lord Yuji? What are you going to do? Are you going to be annoying? Are you going to decide to be annoying? You pest? Yeah, you terrible, terrible person. Is he? Is he going to decide to be annoying, or can I take this other castle? Yeah, this is going to be amusing. If he decides to chase after me, then that's fantastic. But if he decides to siege something... Okay, he's laying waste to that village. Okay, fine. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to help the villagers. I don't really want to do that, but... it is necessary. It's a necessary evil, I suppose you could say. You don't know who I am? I've taken half your territory, you imbecile. Ah, well, never mind. Let's go. 151 against 139. We have a minus battle advantage of 2. Okay. I'm kind of surprised by that. Well, I suppose it's... yeah, I suppose it's to be considering the fact that I don't really have the best units, so maybe the battle advantage is taking that into account, I don't know. Maybe he has a huge amount of cavalry, I'm not entirely sure, but as you can see, we do actually have some veteran Tsushima gunners in my party, which is actually rather amusing. So let's just see if I can actually make this... Oh, hello! What are you doing here? You are terrible. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yes, there we go. That's what you get. Alright, so I'm just going to tell everyone to charge in. They snuck up on us like nothing else. I didn't even realize that they were charging at us for a second there because it's so dark. Can't really see very much. Oh my. That's not very good, is it? Okay, well, we're going to have to do our best, I suppose. Do our best and, you know, whatever outcome we receive is, you know, the outcome that we deserve, I guess. So we're just going to kill that spearman that was attempting to ram his pole, you know, into the behind of that guy. That's not very nice, is it? But I guess, you know, that's the only way that he can attack things, so I suppose that's fine. But come on, can I... Oh, see, now that's what I'm talking about. I don't know whether you saw that, but if you didn't, the veteran Tsushima gunner just gunned down this mounted Mogami... What is it? Mounted Mogami something or other. Oh, I didn't actually see what it was, but it was a mounted unit of some sort, and that's exactly the reason why the Tsushima gunners are really, really cool, because obviously they can deal so much damage in such a quick amount of time, especially when they're reloaded, obviously. They can't do that all the time, because their DPS is absolutely awful. Their damage per second is just appalling. It's absolutely, you know, just terrible, but... You know, once they can fire, obviously that's completely different. Yeah, I'm not going to allow this banner carrier to... What? Did you see that? He didn't even swing it against me. Literally. Wow, okay. I'm actually kind of surprised that he's able to even carry this huge thing around. I mean, yeah, okay, carrying it vertically, I can imagine that that would be, you know, pretty viable, but carrying it, you know, horizontally, that must be very uncomfortable, but I guess... You know, in this day and age, in this era, many of the things that you did in combat... What? Many of the things that you did in combat would be uncomfortable, but how did... Okay, that was a bandit. That was a bandit that... What did he throw into my horse's head here? I don't even know what it was, but I'm really sad now because I was very much hoping to, you know, keep my horse alive for the most amount of time, because if this horse dies, this is a unique horse, it's going to be it's going to be impossible to get one again, isn't it? Unless there is actually a type of horse that is called this, but pretty sure it's not. Pretty sure it's unique. So it would be very sad if we were to lose it. And there you go. So we did actually lose a couple of units, but... Okay, yeah, I'm very... as you can tell, I'm very annoyed by that, because I literally thought I blocked him for a second there, but apparently not. But yeah, the problem with that is that I get killed at the very end. The very end! Oh, that is, that grinds my gears as well. It certainly does. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so we are going to be taking all of these prisoners, because as we've seen, they are very lucrative, as long as you can get a good amount of them. And we're going to... Oh, yeah, look at that. A chipped katana. But that's the thing. The chipped katana is not going to be used by anyone because I have instructed them to use only two-handed weapons. So maybe I want to change my setting around a little bit so that they use two-handed, one-handed, and then a bow and arrows. Because obviously using two arrows is kind of overkill, I guess. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.